down. I think it's a software issue.
Down the plane's all
Alex, hey!
Oh, you were smart. You did a different.
Oh, there. Okay. Good job, Steve. That's going to be perfect. That'll work. Ken, I got it.
Wow, pretty good grub, huh? Yeah. Don't forget the dessert. There's plenty of dessert over there. And it's good. I'm going to start out by calling up some people who don't usually get called up, but who show up all the time. And that would be, come on up, Leo Dringoli, Jerry Marstall, come on up, Mark and Steve, come on up, please. Come on up, come on up.
This is about your...
We're not going to have to sing and dance, are
These are our technical counselors, and we do appreciate their being available to us to help us figure out, Leo, help us figure out how to do stuff. And Leo and Mark always here, always available.
And Mark. And I'm here to get the
Okay, Father, sir.
And your bling, you get your bling? Oh, you got your bling.
Bling.
Thank you, technical counsel. Good, Jacob, where are you? Yep. He unravels all the bits and bytes and digits and things like that. And he's a darn good tip. I have your button somewhere, Jacob, I'll get it to you. All right, let's see. What else? Okay, we have elections tonight, chapter officers for the next 2 years. We have a couple of volunteers to serve as president. Ben Pusser, Dr. Ben Pusser from Asheville, flies a Sea Ray here at Johnson Field, which floods occasionally, so he might even get some practice. Hangs around a little bit. So there's that. And George Hetty. George, stand up. George. George is always here, and he's always volunteering. He has a 172, flies out of Asheville. And so we have two volunteer nominees for president. Are there any other nominees for president tonight? And make sure you talk to your prospective nominee before you nominate. That's important. Any further? Okay, so voting members, all in favor of Dr. Ben Pusser.
Is he here?
He is not here. He is in Asheville tonight, election night.
We don't vote for absentee.
And all in favor of George Hetty. George, congratulations, George. We have two volunteers to serve as vice president tonight. One is Mike Kavanaugh, who's recently moved here from Oklahoma? Texas. And I'm drawing a blank, folks. You have just spoken to me a couple of minutes ago, and I've forgotten what have I done. Give me a second.
Auxiliary power unit?
You better plug me in somewhere.
Is the volunteer here?
He is not here tonight. He is, it's his wife's birthday.
No.
No more needs to be said. But he's very keen. He's a member of the Western North Carolina Pilots Association, and has also been very active in other things as well. He's over at Transylvania quite a bit. And
Now, who are the two again, Alex?
I'm sorry?
Who are the two?
Now, that's what I'm trying to. Who was it that volunteered? Somebody volunteered here to be vice president. Who was it? Who was somebody here? No. Oh, I know, Steve Murray. Mike, Steve actually, I believe, was here in favor of going on his summer-long camping trip with Karen this summer.
So Mike's a good guy.
Mike is a good guy. All those in favor of Mike Kavanaugh? Okay, good deal. Mike Kavanaugh has been elected vice president. Now, we need some nominations here. We need a treasurer. Mike Gaffney said that he wouldn't mind serving, but he's going to be in Albuquerque for the next 2 years, which is not really going to be very conducive to being a treasurer of our chapter. So do we have a volunteer or a nominee or a nomination for a treasurer, please? Come on, guys. This is not. Steve Murray volunteers. All in favor of Steve Murray? Very good. Thank you, Steve. Now I need a good communicator to be our secretary. And I was talking with, where's Kimmel? I was talking with Steve Kimmel a little bit earlier about this. Steve, did you decide?
I
Okay, okay. Need a good communicator. Good communicator. The treasurer and secretary position can also be combined. I could be the vice secretary because I'm really good at vice. I could be a vice secretary.
His absence, let's call Tim Higgins.
Tim Higgins.
Yeah,
That would be a good one, wouldn't it?
I think so.
And he's not here tonight. All in favor of Tim Higgins being there you go. All right, we've got good officers for 23, 24. Excellent. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you. We can make that announcement and it'll be public knowledge shortly. Okay. I can't tell you how much it's meant to me to be able to get together with y'all every month, and it's just been wonderful. And boy, we've grown from what, 10 or 12, 15 to now. I don't know. Did anyone count noses tonight? Somebody count noses for me, would you please? And just who wants to? Nancy, would you count noses for me? Thank you, Don. I appreciate that. Who what? 35. 35 says Lynn. So that's grand. That's just grand. And this being an unusual night, being election day and all that stuff, I think that's pretty darn good. Are you sure it's 35? Come on. Okay. That's a good wag. Yeah, that's a good wag. A couple of new faces I'd love to introduce you to because they're very special people. Sophie, you got to get used to this. Come on up, sweetie. Sophie Noll. What year are you in?
I am a graduating senior at the early college right on Blue Ridge campus.
All right, it's the early college right over here. And when is graduation day for you?
For college part, it's actually before high school. I think this is kind of funny. So I graduate college on May 23rd, and then I graduate high school on May 26th.
Fantastic. Now you're going for an aviation program, correct? Where have you applied?
I have applied to Bowling Green, Western Michigan, and a couple other places, but I'm still not really sure quite yet.
Okay, all right, well, we want to encourage you, and I want to take you flying. I think that'd be wonderful. We'll go flying someday. Okay. And Dawn? Oh, you can too. You've been talking into microphones for a long time. Oh, good. And so I can introduce all these leading questions. Okay, Dawn Sereno.
You got it.
Wonderful.
Yes.
And Dawn Sereno is a former
Delta airline pilot.
Delta airline.
Wow.
Retired recently? Retired recently.
COVID hit and I was done.
Okay, oh, excellent, very good. You're flying what airplane?
I retired on the 747, and I am a Boeing girl. Inside,
If it ain't Boeing, I ain't going, something like that. Yeah, very good. How'd you start out?
Civilian. As a woman, it was a little tough for me to get in the military and get what I wanted. So I took the civilian route. It was long, it was hard. No one wanted to hire a woman back then. And
Only 2 weeks ago.
only 2 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago. No, they want to hire him now. But it was a struggle in the beginning, but eventually it paid off quite well for me, I have to say.
That's outstanding.
And all the guys loved me when I retired. They didn't when I started, but they love me now.
Oh, good, good. Thank you, Dawn. Welcome here. I look forward to you being a member of the chapter 2, if you will. Time it up. Scott, good to see you again. And let's see, who else do we have that I can pick on tonight? How about Nancy Marstall? I think I'll pick on Nancy. She's been so good for the Western North Carolina Pilots Association, and also good for us, and also good for Jerry.
Yeah.
So I have just picked on you, and my friend Jerry Garner. Oh boy, I have a pin for you. Yeah, I do. Right over here. I don't have a certificate for you, but I can have it made if you want it. About when was the B-17 here? That was in, when was it here? 2017? And there was a guy whose name comes up in all the paperwork that's around that B-17. And the name is Gary Garner. And he was the spark plug behind that whole thing. We tried to get the B-25 to come this time, but they ran into scheduling problems and all sorts of things. And you are, sir, a most valuable player, an MVP. Thank you. I really don't have anything else, except that George, we're going to be getting together. Steve, we'll be getting together anyway. with that airplane. It was that airplane until today, and it's the airplane now. And that's good. That's a good thing. We'll get together and get all the kinks and wrinkles, of which there are very few, really, just ironed out. And I want to thank everyone who contributed tonight. Food, contributed your company. That's really very important. And we just love getting together with all of our friends. Thank you.
Alex? Oh, never mind.
I'll tell you when it's your turn. Well, this is your last time with this microphone, buddy. How's it feel?
Feels good. No, it's funny. It feels good. I think we're in good shape. I think we're in good shape. It feels good. It feels good to hand it off to George and to Mike and to Tom and to Steve and to all the guys that are going to be taking it from here. I really feel good about it. I'm so glad that you all are here. I'm glad that you're enjoying things like what we do. And yeah, it feels good.
Well, I got to tell you, I've been a member here since, I think 2014, 2015 is when I came into town. And this was a pretty sorry chapter. There was maybe 8 or 10 of us. We'd get together at our meetings and look at each other and wonder what we should be doing. And we struggled along. Some of the founding members, Jerry, you know, we tried to keep things together and keep meetings interesting, but then COVID hit and our president just abandoned ship. And this guy here stood up to the plate. And like I said, there was maybe 8 or 10 paying dues members, and we now have 63 on the roster. We have had 2 years of meetings like this. Wonderful gatherings, good food, camaraderie. It's been great. And it's all because of him. Let's have a hand for
Thank
Al. Yeah.
you all. Thank you very much. So, well, let's get this place cleaned up.